Yeah, your Pokemon shows up to work one day, ready to work in the mine. He's all excited to hang out with his human buddy, and the human buddy's holding the ball. He's like, "What's going on there?"
What you got there, bud?
All of a sudden, he sees a bright light. He's sucked into a ball, and he just hears bloop, bloop, bloop.
And then he could no longer think for himself, and his
Right.
home is very small.
Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Full of Shit. You're about to experience the greatest show on earth. Yeah.
That made me uncomfortable.
Good. Welcome, Jarrett,
That's me.
to Full of Shit. How are you?
I'm here.
We originally planned to start this recording almost an hour ago.
Yeah.
How do
Is
you
it
feel
really?
about that?
Well, we've been having such good conversations.
That's true.
That
We
no
have.
one will ever hear.
Never. It's a secret. And if the world found out what we were talking about, we would surely never be employed in the future.
Oh, that's
Probably.
accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. And not because it's offensive, but because it would just we were discussing the secrets of the universe, basically.
Mhm.
Stuff that would make Neil deGrasse Tyson shit his pants.
Yeah.
And now that audio is lost to the ether. It's gone forever.
We deleted it because you couldn't handle it.
Not even the American government can find that audio.
We actually had to swap out computers because it burned up the hard drive.
That was a nice computer.
I was going to say, I think I saw physical brainwaves going in
Yeah.
between us.
I did. You could see them.
I could feel it.
Yeah.
I was connected.
I had
Yeah.
such an erection
I could
of
feel
the
it.
mind.
I could feel
My
it.
mind was erect.
I could feel your erect mind through
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I had an actual one.
Yeah.
It's like an antenna.
Imagine an erect brain. Listeners at home. My brain was so stimulated
Okay.
by vigorous back and forth thought.
We need to stop.
And then my brain became so erect by this stimulation that it just emitted and spewed brainwaves. What?
right.
You have a problem with a stimulated brain, Tim? By stimulating conversation. Dirty, dirty mind of
Yeah,
Tim.
what a dirt.
Anyway, Jarrett, you have an erect mind today?
Please stop.
I can't. Ask me a new question.
Is your brain stimulated to the point of spewage?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Damn.
So we're back this week, and Jarrett, this is number 3.
Correct.
Technically 4, like 3.5, because
Oh, yeah.
if you remember
Oh,
last
God.
time you were on, we recorded about half of an episode and then realized it wasn't
So-
recording.
So
Yeah,
much
that's
lost
right.
content.
So much.
But today we're talking about the evolution of lampposts.
No, we're not. Because that was the mentally stimulating conversation we were having, was the evolution of lampposts through history. And the public can't handle that.
Yeah, no, the public can't understand.
No, they
No.
can't. So traditionally, you, the guest, are asked a question generated by my stimulated brain. And due to the erectness of my mind still, I'm sure it's going to be a doozy of a question. But still, as tradition, I need Tim to stall for me as I generate that question.
Yes. I'm back once again. I never left. Just in case anyone was wondering. Did you think I was gone, Jarrett?
No, I know that you live in the chair right here in the studio.
Exactly.
Right
I'm
there.
strapped to it.
The basement that we call a studio. of
I'm
course.
strapped to it. Noah comes down twice a day. Spoon feeds me cat food.
And then
Changes,
spoons him.
changes the bucket.
Yeah. And then gives me exactly that. Warmth and love.
And I stimulate his mind.
Sounds fantastic.
We
What a-
sit down
what a-
here and have more conversations that you'll never understand.
Such
Yeah.
a good life.
Yeah.
Jarrett, are you
That's
a fan
great.
of Transformers?
Yes.
So the tagline of the Transformers TV show was Transformers More Than Meets the Eye. I don't know why I thought of this, but it's because my erect brain. what does that phrase "more than meets the eye" refer to in the Transformers? Because to me, it seems like everything is there. Like, what are those Transformers hiding that is more than meets the eye? Explain the
So-
tagline of that show to
So
me.
more than meets the eye, right? So you know how Transformers, right?
They transform.
They transform. And
Yeah.
so like
Spoiler alert for anybody.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said spoiler.
Yeah,
I'm
geez.
so sorry. So you know when you look at a car,
Yeah.
right? That could be a transformer.
Really?
Yeah.
Any car?
So there's more to that car than meets the eye.
But in the show, we see them transform so that it meets our eye.
well,
Ah.
from the like if you've never seen it, it's more.
I'm
than
pretty
meets
sure
the
in the
eye.
theme song, which goes Transformers, something, something, something to avoid copyright, it says more than meets the eye in that point. There, it's showing them transform.
So like say you saw a transformer, right?
Like to me,
He
it
could be a car.
but to me, it sounds like this show has some dark secrets
Well, obviously it does.
What?
Like
because it has more than meets the eye.
I think it's just referring to the fact that they transform into things.
That's too easy, too simple. You gotta look for the
I think-
subtext.
This is a children's cartoon that we're talking about.
Yeah, and you know some of the stuff they put in children's cartoons?
That's
They're nasty.
very nasty.
Nasty. Anyway, why don't we get going on this? Tim, why don't you rate Jarrett's explanation of what is meeting the eye?
I mean,
Has met the eye?
I guess it's just like I think it was okay. I think it's what the average human could come up with, but we are not average humans.
It's true. Above average.
We are mentally stimulated, mentally erect. But I think Jarrett
Mentally
has lost
erect.
the
His
mental
mental
erection.
Sorry
So
about that.
here
Your
we
brain
are,
is no longer stiff.
Damn.
2 stiff brains, 1 loose one.
Yeah, one flaccid brain.
So, in the terms of glass,
Ooh. Like the movie?
no, like physical glass,
Ah,
Oh,
like window glass.
I thought you were gonna rate me off of like one of the personalities in the movie.
that's
One of the
Split.
people.
Oh,
I guess the Split guy is also in Glass.
Glass is the sequel.
Glass is actually the third movie. Unbreakable's the
Yeah.
first movie.
Unbreakable. I've
Then
only ever seen
Split.
Split.
Unbreakable's really good.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue.
I'm gonna give you a window that has been covered with mildew.
Ew.
Ew. I did better than that.
Yeah, I think
don't
you were a
know.
little harsh on that.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm seeing a very flaccid brain over there.
What? It's an issue. I've been seeing a doctor, but my
I can't get my brain erect.
God damn it.
I am going to rate you in terms of Western people. I really thought that one would come to me, but it didn't. So, Western people of the West,
People of
such
the West.
as Clint Eastwood is of the West,
That would be a good rating.
John Wayne is of the West.
Also good.
Who else is of the West?
Westerners.
Westerners, yes.
California.
Adam West, who voices Batman in the cartoon, the old, or no, he
Oh.
was Batman in the
Yeah,
old TV
yeah,
show.
yeah,
Adam
yeah.
West. Who else is of the West? Patrick, because they're traveling west.
Yeah.
And that is the scale. It's gonna be on a scale of people of the West. Clint Eastwood being the highest on the scale of
course.
the West, and Patrick
Yeah.
probably being the lowest because he's West, not even West.
Accurate.
On that scale, I would give you who's someone in the West that's of slightly above average quality. What do you think, Tim? I need some input on this one.
Some
An above average Westerner.
above average Westerner.
Yes.
I would say like somebody from Nevada.
Okay.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm a Nevadian.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you Elvis Presley when he was fat and in his like white thing when he was performing in Vegas. Still like the most famous guy in the world. Little bit overweight, eating too many cheeseburgers and doing too many drugs.
I
Allegedly.
take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
That's
I would.
a good one.
I would. He was still the most famous guy in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be pretty famous to die on your toilet. That's a famous man's death right there.
Yeah,
That's
that
just
is.
a
You never
great
hear of
place
the
to die.
average man dying on the toilet eating a cheeseburger. You know?
No, like because nobody gives a crap.
Right.
But you hear about
you gotta
Elvis
be a
Presley.
famous man. to
Yeah,
do
so
that.
now it's cool. Like that's a fad, right? I
Right.
can just go die on a
It's an
toilet eating a
aspiration.
cheeseburger, and now that I did what Elvis did.
Right.
Damn.
And a ton of drugs.
Well, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just.
You gotta if you're gonna be Elvis.
Damn,
If you're gonna
that's a
get up
good
there
rating.
and go or whatever he does.
So now that I was rated Elvis, does that mean I have to die on the toilet?
Well, it's a suggestion. It's not a mandate.
How old was he when he died? How long do I have?
I don't know. How old was Elvis when he died? Anybody know?
Oh,
Any ideas?
I
Guesses?
think he would have been in like his
50s?
40s,
40s?
50s?
Maybe. I don't know. He didn't look
40s?
great.
He was
That's right.
in middle of the ages.
Yeah. Middle of the ages. An average Westerner.
From Nevada.
Well, he wasn't from Nevada.
That's true.
But that's where
That's where he was.
he was at that point in his career. He wasn't living there. He was living at Graceland, I think.
I think so.
Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah.
enough of this BS. We got to get into this.
Where were we?
Today, we're talking about the world of Pokemon. And that's about it. That's our topic, our broad topic, the world of Pokemon, because there's some messed up stuff in Pokemon
Yeah.
that we need to get into. First of which being, this is a world where, if we're talking about the show, does the show have like roads and stuff that they travel
Yes.
on? Okay, because I was thinking
A
in the
lot of them are like paths.
in the
But-
game, you can't get anywhere without fighting a Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
which seems quite dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous world out there.
Yeah, and they just let kids go in this world.
I
Fair.
mean, like besides that, like even in cities, some like in the show, sometimes Ash will just go beat the hell out of someone else's Pokemon. Like in a city, they'll just have a battle.
Yeah,
I just watched one of the movies. Don't remember which one it was, but he was having a fight with a kid in the middle of the city, and then Pikachu zapped the Pokemon and then zapped the kid. Like right there.
Jeez.
how is that not assault?
I don't know.
How
and then
is-
he was like, "Oh, wait, I'm late," and then he ran away while the kid was smoking on the ground.
Yeah, you shouldn't let kids smoke.
His body was smoking.
Well, that's even worse. That's even worse.
So is the world of Pokemon essentially just Mad Max?
I think kind of.
I feel like it's almost worse. They're like pitting children and animals up against each other.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of like Thunderdome.
It's probably not worse than Mad Max. That's
Also, like, how do you go about living? Like, how does this world function? Because there's no true, real good infrastructure between the towns.
no. It's just like
It's like you have the
paths and
it's like you have the big cities who might have like a bicycle
Well, yeah, the
highway
bicycle
in between
path.
them.
otherwise you're on foot going through Pokemon infested lands.
Yeah, which are very if you think about this, we don't let kids walk around in our world because there's pedophiles out there.
Right.
Now,
I mean, just imagine Jinx found your kid.
yeah. Now imagine living in the world of Pokemon where there are pedophiles and dangerous Pokemon and probably pedophile Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like Jinx, like Lickitung.
Oh God, Lickitung.
That guy's always got his tongue out ready to lick
Yeah.
something.
Of course.
Just sounds like it.
Let me tell you, he's got more than just an erect mind.
I mean, like in the video games, they
got
let
quite
this
the
kid
tongue.
climb mountains and
Yeah.
take down corporations.
And fight gods.
yeah, quite literal Pokemon gods.
All right, so let's get into that one because that was something we knew we wanted to talk about. Pokemon are like a slave race in this because they're proven to
Yes.
be intelligent.
They're extremely intelligent. They understand what people
They understand commands.
talk
They
and
understand
say.
English.
Yeah,
They
very easily.
there are some that talk like Meowth. Meowth talks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's
So
the
he
one thing
he
I do
literally
know.
learns how
Yep.
to talk.
Yes.
Yeah, so like they're smart enough to learn English, and then we enslave them, put them in little tiny balls, and then make them fight each other to the presumed death. Because
And we know the like from Pikachu doesn't like going to the Pokeball, so we can
Yeah.
assume that it's not very nice inside of those.
right,
Because
How do
like
they-
she freaks out. Is it a she? Is Pikachu a she?
I have no
He?
idea.
I've always thought it was a he, but
I-
who am I to assume it's gender?
Not exact. You passed that one.
Yeah,
How do they fit in there?
I assume they shrink
magic.
because the Pokeballs also shrink, don't they?
They can, yes,
Yeah,
which is weird.
yeah.
So
never
like,
really
what
thought
is their anatomy that they can just do that?
I think it's just like magic of the Pokeballs. It's really
Some
not. It's definitely
science.
not science.
Some Poke science, I don't know.
Okay, Poke science. Yeah.
So
Poke science.
Poke science is probably equivalent to magic. That's
Yeah.
what I'm just gonna say.
So
Fair enough.
okay, again, where I was going with this is they are a slave race. That's literally what they are because they're
Oh, yeah.
intelligent.
Oh yeah,
So we enslave them.
for fun.
Yet they are also the gods of the universe.
Yes.
So why are
How-
we not the slave race?
How do they like if they're like if they have like if they are the gods? How do they allow that?
So
Yes.
like it's well known that like Pokemon created the world in that world.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows that. That's not a secret. And there's what's the main one who like created the universe?
Dialga.
Arceus, I think.
Arceus.
Arceus, I think, is the main one. Then like Dialga is space, and Palkia is time, I think.
I think so.
And there's a bunch of other ones. Giratina is like the underworld.
Yeah.
Or,
Which
like,
one
the-
is
the upside down world?
Kyogre is the ocean.
Ocean, Groudon's the land. There's a bunch of them. Yeah.
What is Mewtwo?
I don't know. any of
Mewtwo was
these.
created in a lab.
He's just a mythical, right?
He was a copy of Mew.
and Mew is a mythical Pokemon.
Yes.
So they're different from the Pokemon
From the
gods.
gods.
Yes, they're just mythical, really rare. Yeah. Okay. never mind.
Yes. Still crazy powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Mewtwo was like it was a clone of Mew.
Then
They
they
created in a
just
lab.
made it better.
Huh.
Smarter, I guess. Even though the real
But,
Mew
like-
is really smart.
But yes, the fact that we are literally enslaving Pokemon.
Yep.
Like as humans, just to like put ourselves in the place. We as humans are enslaving Pokemons for our own entertainment
Yeah.
and
I was gonna say
for
it's-
in some cases for illegal purposes, military purposes, taking over corporations.
That's true because we see cops using them.
We sue cops use
what?
yes.
Yeah.
And
What?
on top of all of that, Pokemon, even regular Pokemon, not to mention the gods, are extremely powerful.
Oh yeah. Like,
I mean-
Pikachu could easily kill a man.
Easily. And that's like we've seen
They.
conjure lightning bolts that just decimate like whatever
Right.
it's doing.
It
But
really makes
and
me
like
wonder why you think it's a she. Because
don't-
I
I just-
always thought it was a he.
I honestly don't think I've ever thought it was a she. I'm just kind of saying
Yeah.
it right now. But
Hmm.
and some Pokemon can cause earthquakes.
Groudon or any Actually,
Torterra,
Torterra. A lot of the
A lot
ground
of-
types
a lot
can
of the
learn
ground
that
types.
move. Literally
Like-
cause an earthquake.
they can go into the middle of a city and do a terrorist incident right there and destroy
How are they
buildings.
the slaves in this situation?
Good question. They attack people.
Yeah,
Wild Pokemon attack people
they do.
because that's one of the first things they talk about in the game, and it happens in like the animated series, where like you're in the game specifically, you're told like you can't leave because you don't have a Pokemon to protect you.
So it begs the question, they fight you until you catch them or they faint, right? So
Right.
do you think whatever happens to them inside the Pokeball is changing,
Like brainwashing them.
brainwashing, basically making them listen to the human no matter what?
I don't know though because like Pikachu, I guess Pikachu doesn't go in the ball, and Pikachu's stubborn.
Pikachu was caught by a ball. She's been inside of it before, so
But I'm
like-
saying your brainwash theory might make sense because Pikachu doesn't obey Ash all the time,
that's true.
and Pikachu isn't always in the ball.
Yeah,
Right.
and because Pikachu doesn't like going in the ball, and she's been proven to like hop out of it.
They
Yeah.
It has been proven. God, I don't know why I keep saying she.
Also, like, isn't it kind of messed up that in order to catch a Pokemon, you have to weaken it?
You have to beat the shit out of Pokemon,
Right.
Well-
and then throw a ball at it.
Tim, what questions do you have as a person?
Here's the okay.
Who doesn't
Yeah, so
know much?
I have extremely limited knowledge.
Well, ask us some questions. We'll fill you in.
All right. So first thing, well, I already touched on one. It's like how do they get them in the balls? But if that's unexplainable,
It's
they-
like we said.
They beat the
So-
crap out of them, so they're too weak not to break out of the ball. Yeah, it's messed up.
so if they're this powerful, right, where they can literally like make earthquakes, like
Right.
level buildings and stuff,
Cause floods.
makes you wonder. I'm just wondering. So what if they're not the slaves? What if they just kind of like
Just allowing
humans?
it to happen.
They just kind of like humans enough that they're just like, this is my human. I'm just gonna protect it with my life.
See,
They do that.
Right?
but that's where I think like that's where I don't agree because I think they fight humans until they're put inside of the ball. That's why I think they are like brainwashed in
Brainwashed.
some way to follow this person and to be kind to them and to listen to their every command.
Let's rewind the clock a bit. If Pokemon created the world, how did humans come into play? Are humans just a form of Pokemon? Because
Or-
if a Pokemon, because we don't ever see wildlife that is not Pokemon.
It's true.
So therefore, humans would be the only thing that wasn't a Pokemon. And if Pokemon
That's a very
created
good
everything, wouldn't that mean that humans are also Pokemon?
So, okay, counter theory. So, Pokemon created the world. Like,
Yep.
Pokemon created other Pokemon. What if one of the Poke gods, whoever's like made everything, decided he wanted to kind of be a dick and then made humans just for the sole fact to enslave other Pokemon and keep them in check? Maybe the god knew his creation was too powerful.
Arceus, yeah.
Arceus, and then decided to create humans to subjugate other Pokemon.
So you still think humans are Pokemon, though, by this theory? Because if a
By the
Pokemon
theory-
created them,
By the theory, no, because like if he just because he created Pokemon doesn't mean he can only create Pokemon. I mean he created the world,
yeah, that's true.
so he can create other
Weird.
beings.
Is there any life in the world besides like human, like sentient life, besides plants and stuff, besides Pokemons and humans? There's
there
no
life?
regular fish. There's no regular animals.
Right.
I don't
It's-
think so.
it's
No,
all-
and that also begs the question: do people eat Pokemon?
Definitely.
Yeah,
People
definitely.
definitely have
Definitely.
a nice
It
like
has to be.
Bulbasaur steak. Would a Bulbasaur steak be vegetarian?
That's a good question.
Bulbasaur is the one with the
yeah.
little plant on his back.
Oh. Okay.
He's a plant Pokemon, but is he
Is he a
flesh
plant?
at all?
Okay, what about like an Oddish? Like an Oddish is basically like a
Yeah,
a little
there's no
root.
way there's meat inside of that.
right.
thing.
That's a plant.
That's a plant.
Yeah. Or like Rosalia. That's a salad. That's a walking salad.
That's just a flower.
yeah.
I don't think he'd even want to eat this. It's just
Okay, you're
flower.
right. What's a Pokemon that's more salad-like?
There's a Pokemon that's a lamp. You know,
There's a Pokemon that's everything. Especially
like-
with the new Pokemon, there's some weird stuff.
there's some weird.
There's one that's a garbage bag.
What?
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What is that? What can that do?
Suffocate children.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
There's one Pokemon that it's like a bag and what Weepin Victory, whatever the highest level of
Victory
of
Bell?
Victory Bell will like grab stuff inside it and just digest them.
Yeah.
What?
It's not a Venus flytrap. It's a
It's like a Venus flytrap.
yeah. It's
though.
the one with the like bowl, like flower bowl. And
Oh,
then the
yeah,
top,
yeah.
like something
Yeah.
falls in. There's like some toxins
and
in
then
it, and then
shuts it
closes.
in.
I can't remember what they're called,
I
but
don't
yeah.
remember what it's called.
But yeah, it's messed up.
What?
So people definitely eat Pokemon.
And
I think humans are Pokemon. I think if you threw a ball at a human, you'd catch them.
I disagree because there's no way no one's ever tried that before.
Think about it in the games. It always says that the trainer swats it away. Then why
Really?
wouldn't a Pokemon just swat it away?
You can throw it
Right.
at a trainer. I've never actually tried that in the game.
Well, if you throw it at one of their Pokemon and you don't have an action replay to cheat, then
Yeah.
they'll say like the trainer swats it away.
Yeah, and Pokemon could just swat it. So that's
Yeah.
why. That's because they can touch it. If a Pokemon touches it, they can't just swat it away. If
Right,
it
it
touches the
opens
Pokemon,
up.
it opens up.
It actually
So-
doesn't even touch them. It just like as soon as it gets close enough, it opens and like sucks them in.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think humans, unless maybe yes, humans are Pokemon, but somehow they've engineered it so it doesn't catch humans. I don't know.
Second question: how are those trainers recovering those Pokeballs after they throw them? You know, like,
right.
I mean, like once, like when you're like Pikachu, I choose you, and you throw it. How are you getting your Pokeball back?
I always just assume that it kind of like bounces back at the
That's some incredible
trainer.
technology.
Yeah, that's
I was
I
gonna say,
don't know.
Wait, doesn't
Okay.
like do any of the characters have like any like watches or anything like that?
You get the Pocketch in the games, which is like a Pokemon watch.
Okay. Wait, so they have that. They have a watch,
There's a ton of technology. Yeah.
but they can't create modes of transportation beyond bikes.
There's trains in some of them,
Okay.
but you never
the-
really see cars.
Like newer games.
What's-
I haven't ever seen a car. I see
Okay,
bikes.
so if
you
you
get
can-
around on Pokemon a lot. There's boats.
right?
If you
Yeah,
can
there's
literally
boats.
have magical balls that can catch animals and shrink them down and fit them inside, why would they be able to create some more efficient mode of transportation?
A Pokemon powered form of transportation, perhaps.
Right.
A lot of people just
Like, why
ride around
not?
on their Pokemon, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like once you get a flying type Pokemon and you reach a certain, I think it's usually like your fourth or fifth gym badge, you can start just having your Pokemon fly you around.
Yeah, it's actually super
Fair.
convenient. It's
Yes, it's
ridiculous.
great.
Okay.
Okay, so where are we going with this? Like, what did we start with?
Well, I was just talking about like, okay, here's what I wanted to touch on. If you rewind the clock back, all the way back, it's implied that humans and Pokemon have always worked together.
Yeah.
That's what it's implied. Yet
Okay.
Pokemon hate people. Wild
That's-
Pokemon do.
At least the
That's
the wild ones.
exactly.
Although I don't know if they hate them because you can
What
argue like a wild bear doesn't hate a man, but it'll still kill him.
Right.
So it's more just like
Well, yeah,
More
but
of
like
an instinct thing.
that's the thing. Some animals are afraid of humans, run away. Deer, bunnies,
Yeah.
anything like that. But a bear or a wolf has a good chance of attacking a human.
But you can still
But,
tame them.
Like in the games, any Pokemon is going
Will
to attack
attack.
you at any point.
even those like little
Like Caterpie,
who's tiny.
Weedle,
Yeah.
the kind of Pokemon that you could step on accidentally and not
Right.
even know they were
Yeah,
there will attack
what
you.
is this world like?
That's what exactly.
But also
There's
everything
so many continuity errors.
I think everything in this world, with the exception of maybe Bidoof, could kill you. Could kill a
because
grown man.
Weedle and
They have poison.
Caterpie has poison. Bidoof is just a.
I think there's anything in this world, with the exception of Bidoof, could kill you quite easily if you didn't have a Pokemon with you.
Let's try and find one that couldn't. But
There's so many, though. I'm sure somebody will think of one. If you send me some Pokemon that a grown man could easily take, send them to fullofshitpod@gmail.com. It's in the description. I can't think of any more.
I feel like
Bidoof is one of the worst.
Weedle and
Pokemon.
Caterpie would be hard because they have poison sting.
Any of the bug Pokemon can learn a
can-
poison move.
Yeah,
I
so they
think.
can just shoot you.
Yep, and you're done. You don't even.
So you
see
don't even
them.
want to touch them.
You know which one
Weird.
terrifies me? Beedrill.
Yeah, Beedrill's
Ooh.
terrifying.
I've seen a picture of that one.
Beedrill. It has 2 stingers on like where our hands
That are basically
and it has a
drills.
big one. Yeah.
What the hell?
Um.
Yeah, what is this world? Like I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This begs a question. Is it a so it's implied obviously if like Pokemon created the whole like everything. So I'm guessing this is an entirely new universe instance, I guess.
What do you mean?
Like it's
Like, it's a different universe from ours. For
Yeah,
sure.
it has
yeah.
nothing to do
Right,
with our
right, right.
universe.
what the
Other than there's people.
That's
Huh.
That's the only similarity between our universe and theirs, basically. Besides Earth, but it's not even Earth. Like it's
Right.
completely different.
Do you think Rick could go there?
Rick from Rick and Morty?
Oh yeah, he
Probably,
Could,
yeah.
He could probably create Pokemon. I
Maybe
think
that's what happened.
I honestly think Rick can do whatever he wants.
It's created by Rick.
for Outdoor Magazine.
It's a Rick. It's a Rickception.
Rick Shank Redemption.
Maybe Rick is Arceus.
Yeah. But
No. Anyways,
what
but
was I going to say? There are also Pokemon who actively dislike people, though. Like I said earlier about how like they will just attack, but it's probably just an instinct thing. There's some that just don't like humans,
Mm-hmm.
meaning most of the legendaries.
Yeah, they hate humans.
Yeah.
That's why.
Except for like Kyogre is nice.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Lugia is nice. Dialga and Palkia are kind of dicks.
Kyogre is the ocean one, right?
Yeah, it looks like a giant whale
Yeah.
with the big wings.
I have
basically.
one in Pokemon Go.
You have a Kyogre?
Yeah, I got it in a raid.
What?
I have a Kyogre. I have a Lugia. I have
I have a Lugia. Just letting everyone know, Dialga is available in raids right now at 10 o'clock.
I have a
every day.
Dialga. Yeah. Did I
What?
just say that? Yeah, I got one.
I don't have one.
I need to show you what I have because there was an event like a week or two ago, and I got like 5 legendaries in the event because there were raids going on all over the place.
Do you just
I
do them
don't-
by yourself?
No, I just click on random ones, and then sometimes there's groups. So like I'll click on
You're smart.
I'll click on a gym, and I have remote raid passes
Yeah.
just from playing the game. So I'll click on a gym.
You're
There'll be
getting
like
a
10.
bunch right now because of COVID.
There'll be like 10 in it.
Yeah.
I'll click it, and then I'll join.
Pokemon Go people at home, if you want to do raids with me and get a Dialga, send me an email. Send it to fullofshitpod@gmail.com. I'll do it. I don't have like any legendaries. So I'll give you my Pokemon Go name if you email me.
I think I have 6 or 7 legendaries and 3 or 4 mythic Pokemon now.
Whoa.
oh damn.
That's not
Pokemon Go is a real wrench in the Pokemon universe.
That's true. But also, how we're talking about like some of these Pokemon are gods, right?
Literal gods.
And
yes.
we catch them in the Pokemon games.
Yes.
We literally
Meaning
catch
you can
them.
catch gods.
So that's one hole in my theory that like maybe Arceus created humans, because I feel like as a god he wouldn't want other gods to be caught by the humans.
What do you think happens when you catch one? I'm going to use Dialga and Palkia as an example because I think they would be some of the most catastrophic if this is true.
Yeah.
If you catch the Pokemon who's in charge of regulating time,
Oh. And
what the hell
what
happens?
happens? And you catch Kyogre, the ocean is
Yeah.
Screwed.
Or Groudon, the Earth.
See,
And like in the show, in one of the movies, I think it's one of the movies. God, I can't think. They try and catch Kyogre, or Kyogre's pissed off about something, and they try and catch him, and it's screwing up the oceans. But then in the game, we just catch him, and no one bats an eye. We just catch a god.
I think
Yeah.
in
You know.
this instance we have to go off the show because I feel like that is more lore based versus
Well, the
Fun and
show was built.
entertainment.
The show was built to market the games.
that's fair. So is the game the correct one?
I would say the game is probably the most pure canon.
Yeah, but at the same time, you still have to think about the effects of catching a god.
Yeah,
and
that's what
stuffing
I'm
it in a
saying.
ball.
I think, like Dialga and
And then-
Palkia actively affect the world as well.
Yeah,
Whereas Kyogre and Groudon are like they just sleep all the time.
that's true. That's fair. But you also have to think about how powerful man's creation of these Pokeballs are if they can trap
Right.
a god
I didn't think
inside
about
of
that.
them. Because you can catch those gods with regular Pokeballs if you get
it's
lucky.
really
enough. It's
hard. but you
extremely
can.
difficult.
But
but
think
you
about the
can.
fact that there is a thing, the Master Ball, which without fail, like, it won't fail. You don't have to hurt the Pokemon. The Master Ball will catch it no matter what.
Ooh.
And then there's also Dark Balls in one of the movies where it basically automatically catches a Pokemon, I think, and then it turns it evil basically and puts it to its highest power level is how it was explained in the movie.
There's also D's balls. For the record, I just pulled down my pants. Just kidding. No, I didn't.
I can see them.
These.
So it's just there's
This
so
one
many
is-
different types of balls.
This one's the Master Ball. I'm pointing to.
Which side?
I don't know. You look. Which one looks more masterful?
left one.
The other one is the
Yeah.
Premier Ball.
Left master, right premier.
All right, got it.
We have such a dirty mind today.
Tim, I'm talking
We're
about these
talking
balls sitting
about-
on the table.
The Pokeballs
Yeah, why
he
did you
pulled
put them on
out.
the
All right,
table?
I just put some Pokeballs on the table. Jeez, Tim. Wow.
Yeah,
Tim, pull your
I'm
pants up.
disturbed.
Yeah.
What?
I said I pulled down my pants and I took out my balls, my Pokeballs, which were in my inner pocket.
They were on his utility
You have
belt.
inner pockets
My
to your
utility
pants?
belt.
His inside pants utility
Yes.
belt.
Yes.
Disgusting.
You disgusting
You
man.
disgust me.
Were you looking at my crotch this whole time? Gee.
No.
Wow.
I messed up.
I can't believe he's looking at your crotch like
I
that.
can't believe it either. I was just trying to show
It's
him my-
2021, Tim. We're past this.
A man can show you his Pokeballs and it's not weird. Quit making it weird.
So I was at GameStop the other day,
Okay.
and they have a big Pokeball popcorn machine,
That's pretty cool.
and it's $50. And I really wanted to buy it, but then the thought crossed my
Do it.
mind that it's probably not very quality.
So, I'm of the mind that Pokemon is and always will be cool.
No, I agree. I love Pokemon.
Yeah. It's one of those
But-
things that is like I grew up with and I will always think is cool. My first DS game was Pokemon Pearl. I'm dating myself here, but so Pokemon, where they
Okay.
breed. It's known that they
Pokemons
breed
also breed, yes.
because they
Yeah.
have eggs. Pokemon are
Pokemon.
born out of eggs, but humans aren't born out of eggs. So that defeats the
Are
main-
all Pokemon? All Pokemon? Oh wait, yeah.
All Pokemon are
are
eggs.
born out of eggs.
So, here's a theory. So, do they like it in the balls?
No,
No.
I doubt it.
It's no, they don't.
No.
Pikachu doesn't like it.
Pikachu.
But is that because Pikachu is so
A
dominant that it
Well, that's the thing.
refuses to go back
think-
into the fetal position
I think
in a ball?
Pikachu is an exception, and I think he's almost explicit in the actions of humans because Pikachu likes Ash, right?
Yeah.
And doesn't like going inside of Pokeballs, and constantly disobeys his order, unlike any other Pokemon that they catch, right? So I feel like Pikachu is just explicit in the actions of humans because it knows what's happening, and is
What if
just
Pikachu's
like
the
okay with it,
mastermind.
right?
But
Maybe
Ash-
Pikachu is like Arceus, just disguised as a Pikachu.
Okay, so
What?
I know Ash is a kid. Is everyone who goes on? Yeah, because of the games. Everyone who goes. Go ahead.
No, go on.
Everyone who goes on like the gym path to beat the gyms is a child, right?
So, yes, a lot of them are very young children.
So
a lot
these-
of them are adults also.
These gym leaders are routinely beaten by children.
Yes,
Why are they still gym leaders?
game purposes.
I
What were
don't,
you gonna
um,
say?
Okay, so you know how Ash is a kid,
Yeah.
Right? He's a kid. He's very young, and
It's 10.
you know how like he stays 10 throughout all of the shows.
Yes.
Like he's 10 years old throughout the entire
Never ages,
series. He
yeah.
never ages. So, in the first Pokemon episode or Pokemon movie, whatever it was, I don't remember the Pokemon's name, but he sees a rare Pokemon flying over his head. It's like a mythical Pokemon, and then the theory is that this Pokemon will grant people wishes.
Oh, ho-oh.
Ho! He sees a ho.
A ho.
Ho.
He sees a ho-oh.
He sees a
This is
ho-oh. He sees a ho-oh that flew over his head, and the myth is that this Pokemon can grant wishes. And the theory is that Ash, in his mind, wished that, like, I wish my adventure could go on forever just like this. And then he stays, and that's why he stays as a 10-year-old, traveling with his friends throughout the world forever.
Brock's an adult, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think.
But like time still moves and everyone
Right.
else still ages, but they don't age. That's
What?
the
No.
theory that someone had given to
Yeah.
me.
Huh.
I think my brother told me that theory, and
Weird.
I thought that was crazy. Like
That
I
was
was
crazy.
I was just
That makes
thinking
sense.
like because they're all kids, like I was thinking like maybe there's a human society that we don't know about, and they're just sending these kids on their like trials. to
Well, there
become-
are adults.
there are exactly so like they're sending these kids on trials, like to prove themselves or something.
It
like
does
that.
seem like a rite of passage type of thing.
Yeah,
To go on the gym path.
yeah.
it really does, because like all the adults are just okay with it,
Right.
and that kind of plays on to the whole pedophile thing again, because along these paths, there's a lot of very old fat people too,
Waiting for kids.
waiting for kids to show up that they
Ooh,
can
that's a little
fight.
disturbing.
This is also implied that if somebody beats you in a Pokemon battle, you just have to do what they say. Because a cop
You give-
can't arrest you if, or like, look at Team Rocket, criminals. Criminals who steal Pokemon, but will not if you beat them in a Pokemon battle. Even though they
Yeah.
can. Also, there's guns. There's guns because when you fight cops in the games, often their image, like how it shows the image
Has
of
a
them
gun?
before the battle, they're firing a gun.
Huh.
What?
Also, I forgot what I was gonna say. Go on. I forgot.
Also, I could use some banana pie right now.
banana pie.
Banana pie.
I
Is that a thing?
disagree.
That sounds fantastic.
Banana cream pie.
Yes,
Oh.
banana cream pie. Oh,
What were we
pie.
just talking about?
We were talking about how if you were talking about pedophiles and about how if somebody beats you in a Pokemon battle, you have to do it.
and like in the game, if they beat all your Pokemon, you faint.
I don't think you faint. Your Pokemon.
No,
yeah,
it's-
it does
You
say.
blacked out, and then you just show up in the nearest town.
Oh God.
You just you show up in the nearest town at the infirmary.
Where's Bill Cosby?
Oh God.
Yeah. So
Where's
if you're
Bill
fighting this
Cosby?
old guy in a cave, and all your Pokemon faint to him, you show up in the nearest town, blacked out. You show up in the nearest town. Who knows how long? With all your Pokemon are back, you're awake.
It's implied that Pokemon will die if they stay fainted for too long too,
Really?
because Ash like rushes them.
I think it's just because Ash like cares so
He's a
much.
bitch.
Kind of that too. I'm not saying you're
He's 10
wrong,
years
but
old.
I feel like Ash is kind of just like the guy who cares so much about these Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I also feel like most humans, like in my theory that like the Pokeball brainwashes these Pokemon, I feel like most people don't know that. My guess would
Yeah.
be that the corporation who makes Pokeballs and who invented them is the only people, like the higher ups are the only people that know this.
Yeah.
And it's a secret passed on through generations. Like I don't feel like the normal person would try and enslave a Pokemon. And maybe that's why wild Pokemon are so pissed at humans, because they keep stealing.
I don't know if the
Pokemon.
normal person wouldn't know that though, because if you think of how often Pokemon are used for labor.
That's also true.
Hmm.
I feel like it'd be implied at some point. You're like, yeah, I'm just brainwashing this Pokemon to do.
Because
work
like
for me.
I'm just thinking of Pearl because it's the one I played most recently because I played that one again.
Mm-hmm.
In Pearl, one of the cities you go to, there's a mine, and there's just Pokemon working and being forced to work in the mine.
And I'm sure it's
Oh,
acting
that's-
like it's the best thing ever. Like,
Right,
it's having
like
a
they're-
great time.
They're so happy to be helping their
I
trainers.
at this point I thoroughly believe that somehow the Pokeball brainwashes the Pokemon.
Yeah, it's gotta because
It
they
has to.
completely change after you catch them.
And maybe that's why Pokemon keep getting more and more aggressive towards humans, because they just keep kidnapping
So the
and
wild ones
forcing
can
them
see
into
what's
labor.
happening.
Yeah,
They're just like, oh god,
And they're like, oh,
we
hey,
get caught.
a human. And maybe like that's the theory or the lore is that like humans and Pokemon work together because at the beginning we didn't have Pokeballs. Maybe they did work
Maybe
together.
they did.
They did work together with humans mutually.
Somewhere along the line.
Somewhere along the line, we created a Pokeball that enslaves them, and then the wild ones, and they're intelligent. All the wild ones are very intelligent still, so they realize what's happening. They're like, yo, what are you
What
doing?
are you guys doing?
Hey,
what's up, man?
What's that, pal?
Yeah, your Pokemon shows up to work one day, ready to work in the mine. He's all excited to hang out with his human buddy, and the human buddy's holding the ball. He's like, "What's going on there?"
What you got there, bud?
All of a sudden he sees a bright light. He's sucked into a ball, and he just hears bloop, bloop, bloop.
And then he could no longer think for himself, and his
Right.
home is very small.
Yeah.
I feel like
Do you
they
think?
do it for like, I don't know.
Do you think when they're in the ball, they just like black out?
They might.
I don't.
Pokemon can be turned into digital code
That's true.
because they are
What?
put into
That's
the
also
computers.
true. We can
to
store Pokemon inside of computers.
to be
Hold up.
accessed anywhere.
Hold up. Okay, so let's go back to this whole universe thing. Does that mean this whole thing?
Is a simulation.
Yes,
What if that's it?
What if
that's it. That's literally it. It's a simulation.
Because Pokemon can definitively be turned into computer
Has
code.
that ever happened? Like, I agree that like the games are lore and they're true, but like, have they ever done that in a show?
I don't know if they store them in the computer in the show. I don't know.
think so. And I feel like that is just a convenience thing for the games to be played.
Nah, man,
but at
it's
the
a
same
simulation.
time,
It's a simulation.
That would make sense how the Pokeballs work then, because the Pokeballs like turn them into code. And
Yeah, that would.
so
do
yeah,
it.
I think they very hardly exist while they're inside of a Pokeball, but at the same time, Pikachu can break out of the Pokeballs.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true.
I feel like Pikachu
That
is
ruins
just,
my theory of what I was about to say.
What were you about
Because
to say?
if they're not conscious inside the ball, that means their entire existence is fighting. Because if you think about that,
or working.
well, right, but I'm saying like if you're with a trainer, say
Mhm.
I'm a Bulbasaur and I get captured by Ash, my life from that point on is I come out of the ball, I fight, I go back in the ball. I come
You
out.
fight, you die, you get healed, you go back in the ball.
So if you think about that, you're unconscious in the ball. When we're unconscious, we have no perception of the world passing around us,
Mm-hmm.
which means literally anytime I'm conscious and aware that I'm alive, anytime I'm aware of my life, it is spent fighting other Pokemon.
Man, this world is really messed up.
Are you sure? Because like, well, yeah.
Ash never brings those other Pokemon out except to use them.
And that's what I was just gonna say. Like, have you
Are you
ever
sure
just
it doesn't,
caught a
like-
Pokemon for no reason and then shoved it in a computer and then it's just there forever?
That's so
Are you sure?
true.
When,
And you just
like, if
forget
can
about it.
Physically, like, store a Pokemon in a computer. Do you think it would not like store its like memory data and everything like that?
Well,
yeah,
yes,
but its
no.
only memories would be of fighting.
It's storing its previous
Right.
memories, but it's not making new ones. It doesn't know where it is, and it
right.
has
It's
no
not
conscious.
conscious. Well, it's
Right.
in
no
there.
conscious
So it's like it would
state.
retain everything before that point, and then after that, it would just be like bits and pieces.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Its entire existence is just fighting. Because if you can argue that when you're unconscious, you cease to exist. You know, like if you're fully unconscious, because you are conscious. This is getting philosophical. Our being is like our conscious being. That's
Mhm.
like the soul, if you want to go that way. Your consciousness. So if your consciousness ceases to exist, or it even just pauses when you black out, because when you black out, you don't have like hallucinations or dreams or anything. You just black out.
Mhm.
Speaking from somebody who has been knocked out many times.
True, yeah.
At Hayden, who was on the show before.
I
But,
miss you, Hayden.
Yeah, me too. So that would mean that whenever they are in a state of consciousness, a state of being alive, it is only to fight other Pokemon or to be a servant.
Right.
That's it.
God, so that begs the question: do you have to bring Pokemon out of the ball to eat? Because Ash
don't
does
know,
that.
because
They
they're-
bring them out of the balls, and like at the end of the day, they eat. Right?
If they can
have
be
their-
turned into
That and-
into code,
right.
That
Oh.
implies that they're not code. then.
That implies that somehow. I feel like they're not conscious inside the ball, but that implies that they're not code. They're stored somehow physically inside of the ball, because in the shows, Ash routinely brings out his Pokemon, whatever he has, and feeds them at the end of each day. and plays around with them and whatnot.
That is true. Dang it. Our theory's wrong.
And clearly in the game you don't do that, but that's also another just convenient game.
Yeah, you can
mechanic.
assume it's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at some point you're.
So that takes us back to it's more of like a genie in the lamp situation where he is conscious in there.
Yeah. All this power.
Because
10,000
that's
years.
Also true, because when they come out of the ball, they are completely aware of whatever situation is going on.
Right. It's not like, huh?
Yeah, they're not like,
Right.
how long has
right.
it been?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they come out and they're just it
So
almost
I-
seems like
I
they know what's kind of going
think-
on already.
They're probably
That's weird.
conscious.
Which I don't know if that's worse or not.
I think it's worse.
Yeah.
For sure. Would you rather be
Hmm.
stuck in a box unconscious or conscious where you know you're inside that box and you can't get out?
But at least I get a break. Like what I was talking about with your entire everything I would know would be violence if
That's true. But like I feel like it just depends on how comfortable the ball is. Like are they
yeah.
Right.
are they literally shrunk and just shoved? Because when they're pulled into it, they like get beamed into it or
Yeah, they got beamed in. Which is why I thought they were code. But
Ah, God, that's a good theory.
What?
I just don't know.
unless it's like Ghostbusters, the traps, where it's like they're just thrown
Yeah.
into a world. Which could be possible.
So maybe they don't actually need to be fed, and Ash just does it because he's an actually
'Cause he's
decent human
kind.
being. He's a kind person.
Hmm.
That could go either way, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Right.
let us know. Write in. Tell us at fullofshitpod.
Please.
Or fullofshitpod@gmail.com.
I would love
This is
to hear
stumping me.
opinions about this.
Yeah, this is.
Or if anybody
weird.
don't do research, but if anybody knows the answer without researching it,
Yeah, let us know.
that'd be cool.
I mean, yeah. What is this place?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What is this world? What? I don't understand.
Well, there. Unless anybody has anything else they want to say, it's probably a good spot to
I think we
call it.
hit.
So go ahead, send in whenever you want to fullofshitpod@gmail.com. There is no I in shit, and it is in the description because I know it's a little hard to type in.
That's a nice inspirational quote, I think.
There's no I.
There's no I in shit.
I thought that's what you were doing. I thought you were doing an inspiration.
I
There
thought
is
so,
no
too.
I in shit.
I am inspiring.
Oh,
And I'm going to inspire everyone right now. This is your
to
inspirational
get an
moment.
erect brain.
If you want to get your brain erect, if you want to be mentally
Yes.
erect, mentally
Yes.
stimulated,
Yes.
mentally aroused,
Exactly.
then the best way to do so is to share this podcast with at least not one, but two other people. Because according to Math Man of the podcast, Mitch, that
That's-
would double our listeners.
Wait.
At least.
Yeah.
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 Still flaccid brained over there?
My brain has become flaccid again.
Yes.
With two other people, wouldn't that triple the listeners?
No.
No, because one person is listening. Holy crap, he's right.
Yeah.
Math Man of the podcast, Mitch, is wrong.
It-
Oh, no, he did tell us that if you share it with one other person. I got it wrong.
Yeah, it's just one other person.
We'll do
You said
two.
at least.
We'll do two because then
He
do
said
two.
at least. He did say at least.
Do two.
Double.
Share it with three.
Share
Also,
it with literally every person you know.
big announcement. We are a Sex National podcast.
Hey,
I might have announced this already, but yeah.
A what national
A
podcast?
Sex National podcast.
We were a
What does that mean?
means we have listeners in 6 nations.
Yeah.
I have to see if I can remember them now. United States is 1. India is 2. Australia is 3.
France.
France is 4. What were the other
Canada?
2? Not Canada.
No
No
Canadians.
Canadians?
I think
Come on, man.
Indonesia was another one. And there's one more that I am not remembering at this moment. I'm sorry. It was somewhere in the Middle East. Shout out to that Middle Eastern country. If you're listening, write in.
So-
Remind me.
Consistent listeners?
Don't talk about that. we have been.
The Australian guys, person
It's pretty consistent. Yeah.
is pretty consistent.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yes, officially a Sex National podcast. Do not listen in any more countries. I
Only
repeat,
Sex National.
do not.
Travel to that country, one of the ones we just listed.
Yes.
And you
Or-
better guess the Middle Eastern one right.
Yeah.
Or use a VPN and tell us you're from there or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't even know
Do
if that
not give us another one. We don't want any UK. We don't want any Canada. No Mexico.
No.
And it's not that we don't like you. We love you. We want you to listen. But do not listen in your country because we want to be a Sex National podcast.
I want someone from Greenland.
as long as they use a VPN and say they're from one of those countries I listed.
Fair enough.
All right, everybody. That's enough for this one. Thank you so much, Jarrett, for being on.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. And a pre-thank you, because now I'm giving you the thank you for sharing with at least one other person. Now that you have the thank you have to do it, because I've already thanked you for it.
That stands to reason.
So
Right.
thank you.
So it'd be dishonest if you didn't do it, because I already thanked you for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you better do it.
You better do it.
All right, everybody. See you next week.